Hi, my name is Robert. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. In this video, I want to tell you about the special limited edition Volvo, the 1995 T-5R. Volvo wanted to get into a racing circuit, so they had to produce a street version of a race car, and this is it, the 1995 Volvo T-5R. It's a limited edition vehicle that they only made 5,500 of them, and they sent about 950 of them to the US. They came in two colors and two styles. The first color was yellow that you see here. The second color was black that is harder to recognize. Therefore, the yellow is more desirable because it's easily recognized because of its unique color. Also, they only sent 185 of the yellow ones to the US. And out of those 185 vehicles, only 35 of them was the wagons. So they had black wagons, black sedans, yellow wagons, and yellow sedans imported here to the US. Information that I'm going to give you, you can find on Volvo's website. I'll put a link in the comment section. But here's some of the things that make this vehicle special and more desirable to other versions of the Volvo 850. For starters, this was Volvo's first official sports car. Yes, they made some sporty vehicles. Yes, they made some roadsters. But this was actually the fastest production car that they ever sold to the general public. It had your inline 5-cylinder engine with your high-pressure turbo, 20 valves, 4 valves per cylinder. And Porsche helped them manufacture and design some of this vehicle, and one of the nice things about it is they programmed the computer of this version of the car, the T-5R, so that it produced more boost than the other turbo models. So for the first 7 seconds of you going full throttle, instead of it giving 9.6 psi, it produced 10.9 psi on the turbo pressure tubing system. Even though it had the same engine as the other T5 turbo vehicles, which produced 222 horsepower for the US market, this one produced 240 horsepower for the US market. The car was manufactured with a 4-speed automatic or a 5-speed manual. However, none of the 5-speed manuals were imported to the US. Back here is where the turbocharge is mounted. Now, because this was their sports car, Volvo put heavy-duty suspension on it. It had a thicker sway bar, and it had a more sturdy suspension strut and shock setup. And the wagons actually had self-leveling shocks in the rear. So that was a special suspension package for these cars that helped them handle well. The T-5R also had several special features that you can see from a glance. One of them was this lower spoiler lip that sat under the bumper side of the front of the car. Another feature was they came stock with these 17-inch wheels, 17-inch and 7 inches wide. That gave them a sporty stance. It was an option to have 16-inch wheels if you wanted something for winter driving or something that would be a little more comfortable. Another feature of the T-5R was this rear spoiler on the trunk, and the wagons featured the rear spoiler on the back that sat on the back of the vehicle, as you see on my vehicle. Another distinguished exterior feature was the motorsport badge located to the left of the 850 symbol on the back of the vehicle. Of course, it had the T-5R insignia on the back of it as well. The car was also loaded with every feature available by Volvo. The steering wheel as tilts and telescopes. So when you release the handle on the side, you can adjust the steering wheel up and down, and you can also adjust it in and out. The dash was the walnut trim everywhere where you see this brushed aluminum, and even the shift handle had that walnut trim. This is what the original walnut finish looks like in the dash. Both seats had the 8-way power adjustable seats with memory for 3 people. So when you sit in the seat, you get it where you need it to be adjusted. You push the memory button and it will remember up to 3 positions. That was a feature for the driver and passenger front seats. The vehicle came with a transmission sports option where you can choose sports, economy, and winter. In sport mode, the transmission shifts later at a higher RPM to give you the sporty ride. In economy, it shifts at a lower RPM to maximize fuel economy, and when you push the winter mode, that would help you get good traction in the winter and snow, and it would actually start the car off in 3rd gear instead of 1st. When I bought my car, it had a bad transmission, and 1st gear was in bad shape, 2nd gear wasn't so good, but 3rd and 4th was fine. So when I got in the vehicle, I would push the winter button and just drive off in 3rd gear. Another nice custom feature on the interior was the fact that the seats were leather and they had synthetic suede on them. So the edges of the seat have the synthetic suede. The door panel inserts have the synthetic suede, and the lower part of the steering wheel also has the synthetic suede. So that was a nice feature for the front and rear seats on this vehicle. This fake synthetic suede was also on the back of the headrest, and the center armrest was covered in this nice plush material. Now both of the front seats had heated seats, so there are the buttons there that would cut the heating elements on, and if the temperature of the seat dropped below 54 degrees, the seat heaters would automatically cut on, and when the seats warmed up to above 96 degrees, it would cut the seat heaters off automatically. The car had the custom floor mats with 850 embroidered in them. The embroidery was yellow, and each door had an aluminum door seal with 850 engraved in it. Those are stainless steel door seals, unique to the 850R version cars. In 1995, this vehicle had dual climate control, so you could control the driver's side separate from the passenger side. It had heated mirrors, heated rear window. It had an info button that would allow you to monitor your fuel economy, your instant fuel mileage, your miles to empty, your average speed traveled, and it had a trip odometer in it. It also had traction controls, which would limit the car from slipping and spinning its front tires if it was going below 25 miles an hour. You had your fresh air mix, you had fog lights in the front, you have a rear fog light, and you had daytime running lights. This was also one of the first cars that had 3-point seat belts in all 3 positions in the back seats. As you can see, the driver's side back seat had 3-point belt, the center seat had a 3-point belt, and the passenger side had a 3-point belt. This vehicle also came with a built-in child booster in the rear armrest. You fold down the armrest, you open it up, and there you have it, a built-in child booster for your kids that are over the age of 5 years old. In the sedan, both of your seats fully laid down so that you can access things in the trunk or have more storage capacity for things to pass through the trunk. It also had a pass-through on the armrest in case you didn't want to fold the seat down, you could lay down the armrest, open up your compartment here to access things or pass through things in the trunk. Now this car featured premium sound system, which had the AM/FM cassette, 2 FM station memory setup, 2 AM memory setups, Dolby stereo, and it also came, the only option other than the wheel exchange was to have a CD changer located in the trunk, which this one does have. So whenever you wanted to play your CDs, you would reach up here, hit your CD button, and that would select your CDs in your changer. It also has what we call a moonroof. Has a window shade that opens up and a glass sunroof that opens up, slides back into the roof. It retracts, or it tilts up just to allow for a little venting. A lot of times I use that when I'm parked in the sun to vent a little air out of the vehicle. It has cruise control, intermittent wipers, and it also had the cleaning system on the headlights. Over the years, that system deteriorated and has been removed from this car, but my car still has the headlight wipers that operate every time I clean my windshield. So when I activate my windshield washer cleaning, it also sprays the cleaning fluid on the headlights and wipes the headlight clean of any dirt, grime, or snow that may be trying to build up onto the headlight system. A special feature that was a little bit ahead of its time, this car, even though it was a 95 model, came equipped with the OBD2 code reading system. So it had a OBD1 system under the hood, self-diagnostics, and it has the OBD2 diagnostic tool. So this car has the best of both worlds when diagnostic comes to play in trying to figure out if there's some fault in any of the systems in the vehicle. This vehicle has a 8-speaker system along with the stereo. You have a couple of tweeters in the dash. You have mid-range drivers in the front doors. You have full-range drivers in the rear doors. And you have woofer drivers in the back deck. So it has a very good sounding stereo system. Another thing about the stereo system is this car came equipped with a 160 watt power amp located behind the stereo in the dash. So it had a very powerful, good sounding stereo system. And the antenna on the sedans would retract and extend when the stereo was turned off and on. Another nice thing was it had 2 cup holders inside the glove box door that you could set your coffee or beverage on. It also had an armrest that has 2 cup holders in it as well. It has safety window switches so you can deactivate the rear windows. It also has safety child locks for the rear doors so that you can deactivate the inner handles of the doors so children wouldn't be able to open and close their doors. Another thing it had was a nice owner's manual packet with the fake suede and leather. A lot of owner information in there. The vehicle does have 4-wheel disc brakes with anti-lock braking system. An option for you to mount a roof rack inside the door wells so that you could carry skis or other things you found necessary to put on top of the car. This was the first car featured with 4 airbags. One at the steering wheel, one in the passenger dash, and both seats has airbags inside the sides of the seat. The first car in the mass production that had this feature. Now the T-5R, the US version, was governed to go at top speed of 152 miles an hour. That's plenty fast for a sedan and really fast for a wagon. At the time, it was the fastest station wagon ever made. Now, I can't back this up in writing, but it's my estimation that there are approximately 82 of these yellow sedans on the road in the US, and there's probably about 33 of the yellow wagons. Now, Volvo did make one other color in the T-5R in 1995, none of which was sent to the US, but it was a green sedan and a green wagon. Those were forest green colors. There were approximately 10 of the forest green wagons special ordered into the US. So it is possible, and I've only seen one of the green wagons in the US at this time. My guess would be there's probably 7 of them. I actually seen one of them when I was going through Kansas City, Missouri. I've never seen a yellow wagon in person. There you have it. The 1995 Volvo 850 T-5R. I really like the vehicle because it is a very useful vehicle. It can be driven daily, and it shares a lot of parts with the common 850 cars. So you don't have to worry about the vehicle having issues and not being able to get it repaired. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and post them below. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.